Let's get pumped up as this is the most anticipated list for July 22nd, 2020. It's never too early to start that pull list. Hey, all my webheads out there, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0 and fans. I am your host, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to bring you my top 10 most anticipated comic books. Fans, this is for July 22nd, 2020. Yes, fans, it's never too early to start that pull list for next week. And I think we got some good books coming out for that particular week. And fans, at any time, if you want to consider becoming a member of Comic Book Corner 2.0, please don't forget, hit that join button right there on my home screen as it helps support the channel. All right, guys, let's not waste any more time. Let's kick off this countdown. And we always start it off with the hot seat. That's right. And this is the book that I'm thinking about not particularly picking up, but it's on my radar, right? And once again, it has to do with Empire. Now, at the time of this recording, I still not have read anything that had to do with Empire, really, because my comic book shop got shorted an Empire issue this week. So it's still kind of on the hot seat here. But this one goes to an Empire tie-in. And I said I wasn't going to buy these tie-ins, but I think if there's one that I would buy, it's Empire Avengers issue 1, because, you know, they're the main group that has to deal with this whole bad boy, right? So, yeah, this is Avengers Empire issue 1. You know, there's a threat reaching Earth. We have our Avengers that have to help save the day. You know, how does this whole thing tie in together? What are our heroes going to do? It's still obviously yet to be determined. The cover looks a little wacky, not my favorite there, but we'll see what happens with it. This book is 32 pages and it's $4. All right, so let's actually kick off this countdown with number 10. Oh yeah, it's another Empire book. And I swear to you guys, this is the last of the Empire talk for today. But this one goes to Empire issue 2. Once again, haven't read issue 1 yet, but I feel like I have to give this one an honest try. So we have Avengers that are trapped on the moon, war breaks out on Earth, and there's an ancient enemy that reveals its scheme decades in the making. I mean, it's been decades since it's been going on. So what happened is there is the Fantastic Four that are involved, and there's the creeping horror that might destroy them all, and I think there's something that's going to destroy the Thing, and the last hope here to save the Thing is Captain Marvel herself. So does the Thing get destroyed? I kind of want to see that. Does he? I don't know. But interested to see what happens with this particular issue. It's number 10 on the list. Empire is supposed to be earth-changing for the Marvel Universe, so we'll see what happens. All right, so moving on to number 9. Next is the conclusion to Middle West, and this is issue 18. Now, it's kind of perfect timing how Scotty Young is ending this series, and he's just pretty much getting started with Strange Academy, because I think he's going to want all his creativity in that particular book with him and Humberto Ramos. Nevertheless, Middle West was a great fantasy adventure with the character by the name of Abel, who, whenever he would transform into this tornado-like creature whenever he got angry. He has an abusive father. He ran away. His father went searching for him. And every twist and turn Abel has gone to, he basically has gotten into some kind of trouble or things have gone wrong. The whole thing concludes right here in this issue. This is something that I definitely suggest if you want to read and trade going down the line. But this is the conclusion to the series if you guys have read it from issue to issue. Great artwork here as well. Great book. 32 pages, $4. Next, fans, moving on to number 8, another Image book that's coming out. It's a new number 1. If you were the fans of Chew, well, we got John Layman's Chew issue 1. You're kind of thinking, what's going on? Well, this is the next part to this story, or the next volume, and this is titled The First Course. Now, Agent Chu was a chibiopath, okay? And what that means is when Agent Chu, who was the man, he actually would eat something and he would find out where everything came from, okay? And that's how he would solve his cases. He would work for the FDA and all that other stuff. Now we have Chu issue 1 that has to do with his daughter, or is it his sister? I don't remember. It's one of the two. So I'm looking it up. Oh, it's his sister, and she is a criminal, and her thing is when she tastes something, she can find out all the secrets of what's going on with that particular person that she's eating with. So it's kind of like she can read that person's mind if they eat that food, and she's a super villain. So this is the first issue of that. I can't wait to see what happens with this series. I love the first thing. Rob Layman loves to actually put Easter eggs in the background, things that you love to look at when you're looking at the artwork in this. It's great storytelling. I think it's going to be phenomenal. That's number 8. Let's move on to number 7. And number 7 comes from AWA Upshot Studios, or comics, or whatever you want to call them. This is Hotel issue 3. Issue 1 was weird. It was like freaking out there. There was like this devil baby that was like inside this woman, and it was breastfeeding. It's weird, okay? Second issue had to do with this couple where they were driving to the hotel. They stayed at the hotel. The husband wanted to kill the wife because he hated her and he wanted to marry somebody else and he wanted all his money for himself. And she came back. And it kind of tied into the first issue, which was quite interesting. Well, what is the third issue going to be about? You know, really interesting stuff. I think this book is only 4 issues, but it tells you this story about 4 different rooms in this small motel. Really interesting storytelling. Love the book. Love what AWA is doing. Definitely recommend this. Check it out. 32 pages, $4. All right, next, moving on to number 6. Another AWA book. See, check these guys out. This is The Resistance, issue 3. This was the series where there was a pandemic that happened. There were survivors, and some of these survivors developed superpowers. We don't know who they are, but you're getting to see a little bit of what they, of who they are. They're a small group called Resistance. They have one of them working inside which is in the White House, which I thought was kind of cool. They don't have any superhero identities or whatnot, but we're going to get a particular character here where he has to actually, cover himself out and call himself something at this point. So he has to make himself public if he's going to make a difference in the world. Also, with this particular book, The Resistance, it's going to spin off other books and create this superhero universe. So, and it all starts with The Resistance. So if you want to catch on to it now, while there's only 3 issues out with it. So really cool and interesting storytelling. Straczynski writes it. Deodato Jr. illustrates it. All right, next, coming in at number 5. And now we go into the DC Batgirl issue 47 Joker War tie-in. Now, I didn't read the last issue of Batgirl. However, I heard something that happened at the end of the last issue. I did buy the book because I love the variant cover of it, and I looked at the last few panels, and it looks like Jason Todd and Barbara Gordon are hooking back up together. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? But then as Barbara makes her way through her apartment building, right? Guess who's waiting for her behind the door when she opens it up? It's the Joker. And I was like, oh man. So what's Barbara's involvement? What's going to happen to her? Is she going to get injured again? I don't know what's going to happen, but man, it's going to make for an interesting tie-in. So I can't wait to see what happens with that one. All right, fans, moving on to number 4, and this is another Joker War tie-in. This one goes to Detective Comics, issue 1024. This one had the Joker going and revealing a quarter of an owl, right, I guess, and wound up activating it. Somehow, Two-Face is involved in this. I can't go too much into great detail about this particular comic because I only read like one issue and I don't really know what the previous story arc was involved and how Joker, recruited Two-Face within everything or whatnot. But whatever it is, he woke up this Court of Owl. It's like Joker's recruiting people to help him win this Joker war. Nevertheless, I'm excited about it. I think this is going to be a great DC event. This might actually be better than Death Metal for what my opinion is here. But great stuff. Looking forward to it. This is issue 1024. All right, next, moving on to the top 3. My number 3 most anticipated is Sin's Rising Prelude issue 1. Now, you're probably like, Mike, are you crazy? This is more anticipated than like Joker War tie-ins. Well, this is kind of like a Spider event. And obviously, you guys know Spider-Man's my number 1. And I feel like, and I said this before, that Spider-Man has to up the ante. There has to be something at higher stakes at this point when it comes to Nick Spencer stuff, right? And this one has to do with the Sin Eater. Why is he so terrifying? Why is he back? We don't know, but we're going to find out what's going on with this. And I think this could be possibly a good series, maybe the best thing Nick Spencer has written when it comes to Spider-Man so far to date. So we'll see what happens for it. Keeping my fingers crossed here, webheads. We'll see where it goes. All right, next, coming in at number 2, this goes to Batman issue 95. Now, main title here when it comes to the Joker War. Obviously, it's got to rank higher than, the prelude to Sin Eater, right? So this is the Joker War. This is part 1. We've got to see Batman, who's all broken down in the last issue of issue 94. We've gotten to see Harley Quinn as she's basically got beaten down by Punchline. She got her throat slit. She got knocked into the sewers. We got Catwoman, who wound up getting shot, and she got freaking almost killed. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that happened in these last couple of issues, and now this truly, kicks off the whole thing. How is Batman going to prevail? We get possibly the Grifter going to make his appearance at the end of this whole Joker War thing. What's up with that? There's a lot of stuff that's going to happen here, and I think there's going to be possibly a new status quo when it comes to Batman after this is all said and done as well. So we'll see what happens. Batman issue 95. Don't forget to pick it up. This was number 2. And webheads, moving on to not the number 1 book again. Remember, last week there was a free comic book day week. This week there's another free comic book day release, and this one goes to the Amazing Spider-Man and Venom free comic book day issue. That's right. This has a story that has to deal with Black Cat, Spider-Man, and Venom. This is written by Donny Cates, Ryan Stegman, Jed McKay, Patrick Gleason Moore. This is something that might go into the future storytelling event of Venom and Amazing Spider-Man and Black Cat. Does it tie into the whole Null situation with that new series getting ready to come out in December? We got announced that this week as well. I don't know, but it's free. So when you go to your shop this week or this particular week of July 22nd, don't forget to pick that one up. All right. And next, last but not least, guys, my top most anticipated comic for July 22nd, 2020 goes to Daredevil issue 21, otherwise known as Truth or Dare Part 1. New story arc. Daredevil has basically prevailed against whatever was going on in Hell's Kitchen. They had all the bad guys fight, and they won. He turned himself in. Where do we go next from here, right? And the description, it says, back in red, the battle may be over, but the war is far from finished after the shocking events of Daredevil issue 20. Can't wait to see what happens. This is going to be awesome, guys. Probably one of my favorite comic books of the year. One of my best titles ever. I love this title, and I want to thank you, the webheads, for suggesting it to me. So guys, there you have it. There are my top 10 most anticipated comic books of the week of July 22nd, 2020. Guys, I want to know what your top 10 most anticipated are. And if you like the content on this channel, I'm going to leave you right here some more to click on and enjoy for your entertainment. So until next time, guys, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off. Thanks for watching. Be safe, and I'll see you guys all real soon. Take care, guys. Bye.